Good evening, everybody. Just doing a little ramble, I guess. Just finished recording a short ASMR video, and I've been thinking of doing like a rambly type video for a while now. Just me yapping, because frankly, I got nothing better to do. Using my Blue Yeti microphone rather than my usual cardioid condenser mic, because I'm frankly too lazy to change outputs on my computer and on Audition. So, yeah, honestly, it's been pretty uneventful, alternating between different types of videos, just doing what I find entertaining, really. It's been pretty fun going through a whole bunch of 4chan stories and just reading them, because a lot of them really kind of touched my heart when I first read them, and being able to narrate them and throw them on my channel now so other people can experience it, hopefully. Well, I guess that means I'm doing something right, or something meaningful, I hope. I watched Look Back by good old Fujimoto today, and it amazes me how Fujimoto Sensei manages to cram so many themes in like a one shot, and it was under an hour of runtime, so it's longer than a short film, but it's like a regular film length, nothing like your usual 120 minute 2-hour film, which was a nice change of pace. You're able to watch the entire thing in one sitting without needing to, run off to the bathroom or something. And it got me kind of thinking, about just like artists and creators, because that film very much is kind of aimed towards artists and creators and the like. And, finding, it gets you thinking about why you create and what drives you. And cinematics aside, which I thought it did a really good job of adapting the original source material and not just translating it from manga to anime, but also doing things that the anime medium enables that manga didn't, while at the same time kind of replicating manga effects, or effects you would usually only see in manga. I thought it was really good. It's Kojimbo approved, so it's got to mean something as well. What else has happened so far? But finishing my ramble on Look Back, got me thinking, and it asked why you draw in the case of that movie, but I found it pretty applicable to any type of art people do. And honestly, I'm not too sure myself why you run a YouTube channel, especially for smaller creators, I think. Sure, and there's the whole make it big thing, but even then, there's no guarantee of that ever happening, and it really gets you thinking about, are you doing this for yourself, to prove a point? I don't know, for me at least. Sure, a part of me, I would be lying if I said a part of me didn't want to get famous or whatever, or get big on YouTube, but I think it's just, like my YouTube description says, giving back to the community and making ASMR videos that personally I would like to hear. That's why I do so many roleplay videos and whatnot of characters from games or anime that I enjoy watching, because that's stuff like that I like to watch too. And I think adding my videos to that pod is my way of doing my part, I guess, or paying it forward or whatever. But yeah. I think right now, I don't know what I'm gonna do for October yet in terms of videos. Just, I've been in kind of like a creative slump, if you will. as far as the ASMR side goes. Been doing this on and off for a couple of years now, and starting to run out of ideas, or at the very least inspiration for characters, specifically male characters, because, like, I think GBASMR said it best, and it just kind of stuck with me. I might be misquoting this, but it was something like, I don't want to give, like, false illusions or false fantasies or something like that. It's why I try not to do any, like, BFE or boyfriend experience type role plays, unless it's, like, a super flirtatious character like Astarion or whatever. Like, I don't like doing those too much, because, I don't know. Like, for me, at least, like, I personally don't care for those, because it's selling a false illusion. Of course, I say this being a fan of VTubers and whatnot, but I think that's different. That's like following an idol or whatever, and like rooting for a famous actor, if you will, rather than, having delusions. But yeah, having a hard time coming with new ideas for ASMR videos, and just trying to one-up yourself in every video you do, and trying something new as much as possible. But I'm recording this without any preparation or anything. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I don't think I'm gonna edit it too much, besides cutting out maybe some dead air and like some mic pops, but maybe I'll leave it unedited just so, it feels like someone's chatting with you before going to bed or something. Yeah. I personally prefer soft speaking over purely whispers, because whispers sound kind of unnatural, and I think it's kind of overrated in ASMR. I think I prefer soft speaking and with occasional whisper rather than the other way around, especially in my roleplay videos. Like, whispering is really bad for your voice, so everyone touts. We've yet to see the side effects, of course, but I think soft speaking might be a little better for everyone. And I think it's, less harsh for the listener as well. Because, constant whispering, that's overstimulating. So, you get ASMR overload. I've personally reached the point in listening to ASMR where I don't even get tingles anymore, which kind of sucks, but, it's still relaxing, so I keep watching it, and man, I think about it, and ASMR has been a part of my life for, I want to say, 7 or 8 years now. Maybe more. I don't remember the exact date, but I think the first ASMR video that was like labeled ASMR was a Cute Bunny 992. I think that's their channel. Yeah, it was like a medical exam roleplay thing. And your first time discovering ASMR, and as someone who grew up not knowing what ASMR was, but getting tingles and then it kind of exploding your brain, it was pretty epic. But I don't want to say I have an addictive personality, but yeah, I don't think I've gone a week without ASMR, so my brain's kind of fried. But I think probably the first ASMR video, unintentional ASMR video, wasn't actually like Bob Ross or anything like that, and not even even going to doctor's appointments or anything. I never really found it, super relaxing. It just felt like a medical checkup. But I think there was a video, I'm not sure, but was just some middle-aged Japanese guy making, like, no music or anything. It was just cutting sounds, and him making an ocarina from Legend of Zelda with a variety of vegetables like carrots and stuff, and it was just him explaining each step and cutting the carrot, and then just a little bit of cutting sound in the background, and then him showing each step. And it wasn't OG ASMR, I'd call it, even though it wasn't labeled as such. It was just very calming, and me as a 10-year-old kid, I was losing my mind, because I'm like, wow, I'm really feeling it. I'm gaining knowledge. This is me gaining knowledge, is this tingling feeling in the back of my head. Little did I know it was just whatever ASMR's medical reaction is, pseudo-medical reaction. You know, now I know, and I think I can, at least now I can look back and firmly confirm that's what it was, rather than me thinking I was getting smarter. But I think having seen ASMR develop so much and frankly explode over the years, it's been surprising. I've noticed that we've reached the point where it's not only parodied, but we have AI slop of it now. You see it a lot in the shorts category. At least I have, like, those weird kind of like crappy mobile ad type videos, and they're obviously clickbait and with 30 some odd million views as shorts, and I personally don't partake in that, but hey, we'll get that bag, I suppose. But a part of me kind of misses, like, the simpler days of ASMR for sure. I feel like now it's, a little overproduced, if you will. There's a time and a place for everything, of course, and I can really respect some of the production quality and production value that's put into these videos. Like, for sake of example, I believe Made in France ASMR made a really impressive John Wick tailoring ASMR video a couple of years ago, and that really blew me away about the sheer quality of it, and like the what's the word? The videography and how it was shot and presented. And of course, I think Goodnight Moon also places a very high emphasis on set design and just her makeup as well. And this is just from a viewer's perspective. I'm always very impressed by it. But also, like, I grew up watching ASMR requests, Ali ASMR, Ali etc. ASMR, that she goes by now. But back then it was ASMR requests. That was my OG favorite channels, and yeah, just, doing role plays with what you got on hand, and kind of still making a very compelling, captivating kind of story, still relaxing, and man, I miss Departure Space Tours. But yeah, very relaxing, Even now, I very much like just audio role plays as well. Nothing like I said, nothing GFE or anything like that. But like, just like kind of world building in lore for the role play it's in. Like, for example, one ASMR artist I take a lot of inspiration from, and I have a great deal of respect for, is Alternate Aurora. They're a smallish channel, but I've followed them for a couple of years, and I've always really liked her work, and just how she crafts a narrative, kind of, and it's always super relaxing. She has a very relaxing voice. And now, recently as well, in a similar kind of vein, Abyss Whispers. She makes a lot of kind of Soulsborne ASMR videos, and I find this very relaxing, and I would be lying if I said I didn't take some inspiration of that myself. and you might see that in an upcoming video. But yeah, I guess I'm in that kind of audio tuber type space, but I'm a little too shy for the camera, though. Maybe on a special occasion I'll do a cosplay video, just so I'm on brand for the roleplay videos that I like watching. But can you believe it? It's been 4 years. I don't remember when I started uploading again on this channel. It's been such a blur, really. And schedules aside, I'm pretty proud of what I've done so far. I've made my fair share of shitposts, of course, but, they were funny during the time, and, Gojo's 6 feet under now, for sure, so, the JJK copers can finally give up on their dying battle. But, yeah, as I'm recording this, it is October 6th. I should have mentioned that at the beginning, but I forgot. So, can you believe it? 2 weeks until Shiro Day. Yes, I can't believe it either. Soon, Twitter will be upon us once more, but this time, maybe we'll get a boost because of, the Fate Stay Night Remastered coming out earlier this year. Oh man, we're so back. But as of right now, ending this tangent and going back to the original ASMR thing I was talking about, maybe there will be another game in the future that I can draw some inspiration from and make another ASMR video on it. Like, recently, I've been replaying the Metal Gear series. And of course, this is because of a certain VTuber, but I won't name drop anyone right now, if it's not obvious. But yeah, I've been replaying Metal Gear, and I look back at my old saves, and I see it, and I'm like, wow, it's been 10 years on the dot for some saves since I've played this game, and going back now and playing those games and actually understanding what's going on, it's firstly amazing how well that some of them actually hold up, but also a moment to be kind of retrospective, if you will, and just seeing the story. Metal Gear Solid 2, we all know had a rather, prophetic ending, but I think I played those games when I was young, and I think their themes kind of flew over my head, but now looking back, it's really stuck with me, and like, whether I knew it or not, and I found myself looking back now, I quoted those games a lot more than I thought I did, and that's not having played the games for a decade. But, and I think I still carry this with me now. It was Big Boss's words at the end of MGS4. It's about respecting the will of others while believing in your own. And whether it's right or wrong, I'm not sure. It's up to everyone's belief, but that quote really stuck with me, and I think it'd be cool if more people knew about it and understood it. Of course, there's also the iconic Solid Snake quote from MGS2. What is it? Something about preserving the past and creating the future are one and the same. I might have misquoted that, but I rediscovered that quote recently, and of course, as a kid playing MGS2, I didn't understand what any of it meant. I'm pretty sure I might have skipped some cutscenes, but listening to it now, and wow, in our age now, it's still relevant. Kojimbo does it again. Oops, sorry. But, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I think I fell into another tangent, but about how Metal Gear has inspired me to make some Metal Gear themed videos, but part of me wants to say that Solid Snake might have inspired some things in my life, ASMR or otherwise. And I think if I were to ever meet David Hayter, I wouldn't know what to say, but if I did, I'd probably be like, damn, you started me down this hellhole of voice acting and whatnot. But yeah, hopefully there will be another game, maybe in the future, coming up that I can make some ASMR videos for. And, give me back some of the creative juices. Now, as for reading green text, there's still a bit of a catalog I'd like to go through. There are some stories that I definitely want to read. I'll personally consider Damaged Goods my own magnum opus, just from sheer amount of time and effort I spent on it as a collective series. But I've since picked up a couple of editing tricks, and my workflow is a little faster, so I'd probably be interested in doing the spiritual successor to Damaged Goods, which is I believe it's called Blind Mute Lolly. Yeah, Blind Mute Lolly, where rather than a 20-something-year-old male nurse, it's some 18-year-old kid who working at a fast food joint that finds a blind mute 7-year-old and struggles to adopt, and the story's validity of which is questionable but entertaining nonetheless. But I don't think I'm ready for another epic multi-part story just yet. I'm suffering enough as is editing hour-long green text. Oh man, the Ella video was not kind. Let's just say that. And finding background videos and video games to play, well, that's just as hard. But another story I would love to read one day. It might get me banned, of course, given the content material, but it's called The Liliad. It's apparently one of the other epic 4chan stories, and I quote, modern day Lolita, though it's since been 10-15 years since that story's been written, so I don't know how accurate that the modern day thing is anymore, but when I first read it, it was equal parts horrifying, tragic, endearing, and a mix of all 3 or 4 elements. And I'd love to be able to read that story and throw it on the internet, but that in itself is an epic rivaling Damaged Goods in length, maybe. So I'm a little scared. But I've been recording for 20 some odd minutes now. It's longer than my usual videos, that's for sure, but it was nice being able to, talk, just ramble for a bit. Life, as it is right now, the world's on fire, yeah. 2, 3, 4 wars? I might have miscounted. 4 wars going on. And I'm just an ASMR channel, vaguely, so it's not my place to talk about those things, but you know, everyone's going through tough times right now. The economy's sinking. You know, everyone's out there fighting each other, and well, I think for now it's tough just trying to get a moment of peace and just relax and just not think about it. I don't want to say ignore it because that's a strong word, but pushing on the back burner, I guess. There's always that kind of looming dread in the background anyways, but for me at least, I'm trying my best not to get overcome by it, and, you know, get up, find the will to wake up every morning and continue the routine, you know. It's pretty tough sometimes, but, and everyone says, oh, there's always someone who's got it worse than you, and I'm sure it is, but, you know, justifying that to yourself is always a kind of a difficult thing if things aren't going great. But I hope if you listen to this that you are able to continue struggling and find the will to wake up one more day after a night's rest and keep pushing forward. The path of the struggler is always a long and arduous one, as I like to say. But that's why those characters are always so endearing in media. But yeah, this is me, Jason, Rusvi, whatever you want to call me, I don't care. Signing off. Peace. Good night. Stay safe. Take care.